Azura, our last speaker this afternoon is Malcolm Wicks, Member of Parliament. Malcolm is the member for Croydon and has had a long association with the Jamaat and has been actively supporting us on human rights issues. He has held various ministerial positions in the government. He's a regular attendee at our events and has had the honor of meeting us on several occasions. He's currently the Prime Minister's Special Representative for International Energy. I'd like to welcome him once again to our Jalsa and request him to say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum. Your Holiness, or may I say Huzzah, it's wonderful to see you again, sir, and also to see this wonderful audience in front of me of so many people gathered here today as part of your great faith. May I say that we come together at a time when the world faces many dangers and many global challenges. And yet, of course, we're presented with a dilemma, because the world needs to confront these challenges together in unity, and yet there are still so many forces for evil wishing to divide our society. I talk about global challenges, and nothing can be greater than the challenge of global warming, what we understand from the science about climate change. As I've implied, this is something that the world needs to unite in order to tackle. And therefore, those forces that wish to divide us need to be confronted. And as ever, we're in a battle between good and evil. And as ever, I believe that evil will lose that struggle to the forces of goodness. Our colleague from Sweden talked about the importance of human rights. And that is the right emphasis. We have to build a world where we respect one another, where we expect from one another a respect for our rights, and where we also take on responsibilities. And that should be regardless of our faiths, whether those faiths are based on religious or indeed secular principles. And so, although it's been quoted several times today already, I too would like to emphasize your great words, Your Holiness, the great words of this faith: love for all, hatred for no one. I can't think of a better way of putting it. Before I conclude my remarks, may I say that I very much welcome my friendships with and the work I do with the Ahmadi community. Earlier, one of your younger followers, Tariq Ahmed, gave a message on behalf of the Conservative leader, David Cameron. Now, I know Tariq very well because, as the Labour candidate at the last general election in Croydon North, Tariq was the Conservative candidate. This is possibly the biggest challenge I've ever faced in terms of my love for your community. I'm pleased to say that we worked together well and in honesty during that political campaign. And since then, we have become friends. I'm bound to say that friendship for me was easier because Tariq lost and I won. But I'm sure it would have been the same if it had been the other way round. And it's great that young people like Tariq wish to represent the British community in the House of Commons, and I wish him well at the next general election. And so, Your Holiness, it's a great privilege to be here. I thank you for your great leadership. I thank the Ahmadi community in Croydon and indeed across this country and the world for the great work you do. You help to build Britain as a community of communities. And you work not just by words, but by deeds. And I congratulate you all. And Your Holiness, it's a great privilege to see you once again.
Nada takbir! Jemaah Ahmadiyah Croydon!